We're going to have a look at driving in fog. It makes it more difficult when it's at night as well. But quite simply, driving in fog, you need to drive at a speed where you could stop in the distance you see is clear. What we've got at the moment is a residential street, and visibility, to be fair, at the moment is very good. There's not much fog down here, so there's no major problems. As you can see though, as we get out of the residential area to an area which is less built up and more open, the fog starts to increase. This road up ahead, the fog has got slightly worse. It's a little bit patchy in a couple of areas. As you can see, the fog's getting thicker, so my speed is getting slightly slower. At the moment I can see clearly up to the bridge, so I need to drive at a speed where I could stop before the bridge. It's cleared a little bit now, so I'm going to make a little bit more progress. As you can see, as we go a little further down the road, it's even less built up. We're actually coming up to the start of the ancient racecourse and the Melling Road. This is a very open area and the fog's more likely to be thicker here. At the junction, however, it's not as I expected. The fog's quite light and visibility isn't too bad. But as we do the right turn and look up, the fog is definitely thicker as we're going to come through the racecourse. I've got my dipped headlights on at the moment, and that's really all I need. If visibility drops below 100 metres, I'll need to put fog lights on, front and rear if the car's got them. Now visibility is getting worse, I'm going to put my fog lights on. Notice my speed has also dropped. Some people think that it's okay to keep tagging on to the car that they're following, making sure that they can still see the lights of the car in front. This is an unsafe way of driving in fog. I'd rather not see the lights of the car that I'm following, but be able to stop in the distance that I see is clear. Notice we can only see just up to the speed bump and a little more. No one can really tell how sharp the corner is coming up, or in fact what's on or round the bend. Here you can only just make out which way the road goes. By looking at the furthest street lamps you can just about make out there's a bend to the right. Ask yourself the question, could you stop if someone was stopped in the road without any lights on? This section looks to be a little clearer, and in fact dealing with this humpback bridge isn't too bad at all because the fog has got a lot lighter now. This is probably because we're coming back into a residential area. When you do get back to an area that the fog isn't as bad, make sure you're thinking about turning your fog lights off. They can be dazzling to people. I would personally be turning the fog lights on and off to suit the conditions throughout my drive. This ensures you drive into the conditions and you're observing properly. And remember, always be able to stop within a distance you can see is clear. Drive safely.